Hello everyone, welcome to today's video, and this is an update video on my caffeine cessation. It has now officially been, well, now a little bit longer, but it's been an entire year since I decided to quit caffeine. And today I want to give an update on my life without caffeine and talk about the benefits I've been enjoying ever since I decided to quit. So the first major benefit I want to talk about is money. I was spending close to $20 a day. Whether that was a little bit less or a little bit more, it was roughly around 20 bucks a day I was blowing on caffeine just to remain functional. Now you can go ahead and watch my old videos from last year where I talk about why I quit and how much I drank, but I was drinking a ton every single day. It was rare that I was drinking any water because I usually had a Monster or a Red Bull or a Rooster Booster or a 5-hour shot or something else in my hand to drink. And just the convenience of not having to worry about stopping at a gas station on the way to work or remembering to pick up energy shots at the grocery store when you're picking up groceries for the week. It's just so much nicer to have that extra money in your pocket and also not have to worry about forgetting things or just having extra stuff to buy. The next thing I want to talk about is sleep. You know, it's the biggest reason why I got on energy drinks in the first place, and it's a lot of reason why a lot of people decide to take their first sip of a Monster or a Red Bull or etc. Sleep has been so much better. Now, I'm not necessarily sleeping any longer than I have been in the past. There's nights where I only get about 4 hours. Last night, I didn't get a whole lot of sleep. I would say I maybe got about 6 hours of sleep, but the sleep is so much better because you're in a much deeper sleep. You're not necessarily coming in and out of it because you have to wake up in the middle of the night and pee because you drank too much Monster during the day, or, you know, you're dehydrated in the middle of the night, so you have to go to the bathroom for whatever reason. There's none of that weird getting up to use the bathroom. You fall asleep faster, you sleep a lot harder, and you actually wake up feeling a lot more refreshed. Now again, I didn't sleep too well last night. You might not be able to tell too much in my eyes. You might be able to tell a little bit in my voice, but I still feel better on 5-6 hours of sleep without caffeine than I did with 8.5 hours of sleep on caffeine and still needing it when I woke up. Another major perk is I'm simply not getting headaches as frequently as I used to be. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still get them every now and then, but they're definitely not as intense and they don't last as long as they used to. And it's not withdrawal headaches because those stopped a long time ago. But I still get them from time to time, just, you know, regular stress headaches, or they just come and go. But it's also a sign of I need to drink a lot more water, or I need to get a little bit more rest, or I'm just a little bit stressed out. It's not I have a headache because I drank too much caffeine or I'm super dehydrated from drinking caffeine. It's I just have a regular run-of-the-mill headache. This video isn't going to be entirely all about singing the praises of quitting caffeine. While I am absolutely glad that I quit drinking caffeine, there are a couple things that I will say I'm a little pissed about just because caffeine did sincerely help with these things. And one of those is primarily just being able to get up quickly in the morning. I don't really work morning shifts anymore, but on days off or time before my evening shift, it's nice to kind of get up and get all my crap done in the morning and then just go straight to work. And sometimes it takes me a little while to really get going, and that's not necessarily because I'm lazy, because I don't perceive myself as a lazy person. It's just when you drink caffeine or you take a 5-hour shot in the morning, you are up, you are flying, you are ready to rock and roll, and waking up naturally, it does take a little longer. Like, I could drink a 5-hour shot and be going in less than 15 minutes on my way out the door to the gym, and now it's kind of like, you know, I take a good 45, 50 minutes to kind of get up. I'll piss around on my phone because my body's slowly waking up. And some people are able to wake up immediately, some people aren't. I feel like I'm kind of in that mid-range where it doesn't take me 3 hours to get up and live my life. I'm not someone who stays in their pajamas until 1 or 2 in the afternoon. The only other thing that really irritated me with quitting caffeine was being able to perform really well at the gym. Now, this isn't a pro or against steroid kind of video, but I just want to talk about my experience with caffeine. So, I wasn't able to lift as heavy as I did when I was on caffeine. I wasn't able to run as fast and as long as I could while I was on caffeine at first. And it really sucked because I was depressed. I was upset about, well, I wouldn't say depressed. I was very unhappy with the fact that I wasn't able to perform like I could before. And there were days where I didn't feel like going to the gym. I didn't have that motivation because I needed my caffeine to work out. And then it kind of clicked in my head. I was like, okay, I shouldn't need a chemical to do something. I should just be excited to do it because of the benefits I get from it and because I enjoy it. And with that motivation, I started getting back into the gym and I started getting some of the strength back. I was able to start running a little bit longer. I was able to push myself a little harder. And eventually I got back to the point where I could lift as much as I could and work out as hard as I could while I was on caffeine, but I was able to do it without. And that was so much more rewarding. Again, I'm not going to speak out against steroids or anything else because, you do you. But it was so much more rewarding to feel like I was doing something under my own merit and do something under my own motivation and ambition rather than rely on some chemical to push me somewhere that I could have gone in the first place. In the end, I wholeheartedly recommend quitting caffeine if you can. It is a bitch. I will not lie. It is one of the toughest things I've done because first I had to really realize, okay, I have a problem and I shouldn't be doing this to myself or my body. But it was also tough just simply because it became so integrated in my lifestyle. It was going out and getting a Monster before work. It was drinking a Red Bull in the middle of my shift. It was, I need that 5-hour shot to even work out. It was just all this mental stuff that made me think I needed to do this because it was part of my life. And the fact of the matter is, it's something that could become part of your life, but it doesn't define your life. It doesn't define who you are. And I wanted to close the video out by saying this. Having an addiction, I'm lucky I didn't have, I said it a year ago, I'll say it again really quick. I'm lucky that my addiction was caffeine. I don't know what it's like to be addicted to hardcore drugs. I don't know what it's like to be addicted to painkillers. I don't know what it's like to do anything illicit because I've never done anything illegal. Hell, I've never even smoked. But it doesn't make you weak to have an addiction. Being addicted to something, that's just human nature. We all have our vices, whether it be sex or food or caffeine or illicit drugs. It doesn't matter what your addiction is. Being addicted to something can be normal. But what makes you a strong person is realizing that you've reached a point where it's not acceptable and you're hurting yourself and you need to do something about it. If you have an addiction like that out there, be strong and realize you might be hurting yourself, you might be hurting people you care about as well, and you owe it to yourself and your life to do something about it today. Alright, well thank you guys so much for watching today's 1-year update about quitting caffeine. Are you on caffeine? Do you have another addiction that you're working on? Let me know down below. If you like this video, please hit the like button, and if you're new around here, please hit the subscribe button. I would definitely appreciate it. You can also follow me on Twitter and Twitch TV, links in the description box below, and as always, thank you so much for watching, and have a great night.